Hello guys, today I'm going to show you the 5 most common checkmates in chess. Let's look at the first one. This is the most common and it's called the ladder mate. Usually after taking all your opponent's pieces, this is what you should do. You might have a queen and a rook or two rooks. It can be done either way. So I show you how to do this. First, you have to make sure your queen and rook are beside each other like this. If they are further away, then it's a bit different. So you start like this, and the king can't go down because the queen is protecting this line. So the king is forced to go up, the queen goes here, king goes up, and just keep repeating this until the end of the board. And this is checkmate. What if the king tries to come closer to your pieces? Like this, for example. Then no problem, just do the same thing. And now the queen is protecting the rook, so the king can't really take it. So he is forced to go up. You just do the same thing, and this is checkmate. That's the first one. Now let's move on to the second most common checkmate. This is called the back ranks mate. Sometimes in the game, your opponent might forget to protect their back rank. So you can try to do this. This is checkmate. You can do this with a rook, or you can do this with a queen. In order to stop this, the opponent has to make a left, which is you can push one of these pawns up, or maybe put a piece here. Maybe if the bishop was over here, there is no back rank checkmate. That's how you stop it. Now let's move on to the third one. This checkmate is quite common. Usually happens in beginners or lower elos. So let's see how it goes. E4, E5, and instead of the traditional F3, some players might go Queen H5. This sets up the scholar's mate. So opponent sometimes might be confused and just stick to the basics. Then you go bring the bishop out, and if the opponent plays something like this, then you just checkmate. This is one of the fastest way to checkmate in chess, and it's actually so common. Another way to do this is like this. Opponent plays this, you do the same thing. But now if the opponent plays like this, you can't checkmate. So it's better to actually go here. But if the opponent plays something else like bishop here, you can checkmate. Let's move on to the fourth most common checkmate. I'll show you in another video how we got into this position, but this is one of my personal favorites and I won a lot of games like this. Sometimes after castling, the king might be left unprotected. So you can use your queen to check the king. The king has nowhere to go except these two squares, and you can checkmate here. Make sure not to put your queen over here because there's a bishop. You have to be careful. A lot of players made this mistake. Let's move on to the next checkmate. This is also another one of my favorite checkmates. You usually want to put your rooks in the seventh or second rank in the end game or middle game. This enables the rook to destroy your opponent's back rank. And it's really good to keep your rooks on this rank. They are very strong here. So now I'll show you how to checkmate. First, you can take this pawn. The king has nowhere to go, he's blocked by his own rook, and this is the only square the king can go. Then you take this pawn, king goes back, and this is checkmate. But if the rook was somewhere else, let's say if the rook was over here, then there's no checkmate. But it's still really good to put your rooks in the seventh rank. So that's all for this videos. I hope you are able to get better at chess and good luck.